Every grown man has felt that inexplicable emptiness when he realizes he's missing out on crucial life opportunities. You know what I'm talking about, right? That feeling of watching other men command respect, admiration, and genuine connections while you're stuck on the sidelines, invisible, even when you're giving it your all. If you've ever wondered what their secret is, get ready, because in the next few minutes I'm going to reveal a strategy that will completely change how you connect with the world. Hit that like button now if you're ready for this transformation, and comment where you're watching from, because I want to know how many courageous men are with me on this journey. The truth is, there's a code that separates men who merely exist from those who truly live and conquer. And no, I'm not talking about cheap tricks or psychological manipulation. I'm talking about something much deeper and more powerful. Something that goes straight to the core of who you are as a man. Have you ever stopped to think why some guys seem to have a natural magnetism? Why they walk into a room and immediately command attention and respect? It's not luck. It's not genetics. It's pure strategy applied with consistency and purpose. Was exactly where you are now. Frustrated, confused, watching life pass by while others reap the rewards I so desperately desired. That's when I discovered that the difference between the invisible man and the magnetic man isn't in what he has, but in who he becomes. And this transformation follows a specific roadmap that I'm going to share with you now. There are 4 fundamental pillars that, when mastered, create an explosive synergy that transforms any ordinary man into a force of nature. First, let's talk about the foundation of everything, the architecture of authenticity. Stop for a second and think with me. When was the last time you truly looked in the mirror? Not just physically, but look deep into your soul and ask yourself who the heck you really are. Most men spend their entire lives wearing masks, trying to be what they think others want them to be. And you know what the result is? Emotional exhaustion and zero real connection. The first step of your transformation journey begins with a brutal exercise in honesty. You're going to grab your phone right now and download a journaling app. Don't give me excuses. Do it while you're watching this video. For the next 7 days, you're going to record every social interaction you have, but not just what happened. You're going to write how you felt, what you thought, what fears surfaced, what insecurities popped up. Is it uncomfortable? Of course it is. That's why most people don't do it and stay mediocre. On the 3rd day of this exercise, something extraordinary will happen. You'll start to notice patterns you never saw before. Maybe you'll discover that your anxiety at parties doesn't come from a fear of rejection, but from a fear of not being interesting enough, or that your difficulty in having deep conversations comes from a limiting belief that you have nothing valuable to share. These insights are pure gold, my friend. They are what will guide your transformation. But here's the secret no one tells you. Your greatest strength isn't in hiding your weaknesses, but in embracing them with courage. When you accept your imperfections, something magical happens. You stop spending energy trying to be perfect and start investing in being authentic. And authenticity, my friend, is the most powerful magnet there is. People are drawn to men who have the courage to be vulnerable, to admit they don't have all the answers, to show that they also feel fear sometimes. Now let's move on to the 2nd pillar, the code of genuine connection. How many times have you walked away from a conversation feeling like there was no real connection? That it was just an empty exchange of words? The painful truth is that most men don't know how to converse. They talk, but they don't communicate. They listen, but they don't hear. And then they wonder why their relationships are superficial and unfulfilling. The art of genuine connection begins with a skill that seems simple, but is revolutionary: active listening. I'm not talking about staying quiet while the other person speaks, planning what you're going to say next. I'm talking about fully immersing yourself in the other person's experience, feeling what they feel, seeing the world through their eyes. It's a skill that requires practice, discipline, and above all, genuine interest in the human being in front of you. I'm going to give you a challenge now. Tomorrow, when you leave your house, I want you to start 3 conversations with strangers. It could be at the coffee shop, in the elevator, in line at the bank. But here's the trick. Instead of trying to impress or talk about yourself, your sole objective is to make the other person feel heard and understood. Use the active, mirroring technique. Don't just repeat what they said, but validate the emotion behind the words. If someone says they're tired of work, don't just say, "I understand." Say something like, It sounds like you've been carrying a really heavy burden lately. It must be exhausting to feel that pressure every day. Watch the magic happen. The person's eyes will light up differently. A genuine smile will appear. They'll open up more, share something deeper. And suddenly, you're no longer a stranger. You're someone who understands, someone who cares. And that, my friend, is pure power. Not the power to manipulate, but the power to connect, to touch the soul of another human being, and create an invisible bond of trust and respect. Remember, I asked you to like the video. If you haven't yet, do it now, because what comes next is the game changer. Also, comment on what your biggest struggle has been in creating genuine connections. I want to read every comment and better understand the challenges you face. The third pillar is about calibrating your aura, your magnetic presence. Have you ever walked into a room and felt someone's presence before you even saw them? That energy, that fills the space, that makes everyone turn their heads. That's no accident. It's the result of years of conscious calibration of your own energy. And the good news is, you can develop this in a matter of weeks if you know what to do. Your Iba. Presence speaks before you open your mouth. The way you walk, how you position yourself, how you breathe, how you look. All of this communicates who you are on a subconscious level that completely bypasses people's rational minds. If your body language screams insecurity, it doesn't matter what confident words you use. The body doesn't lie, and people instinctively feel it. Here's a powerful exercise that will transform your presence. Every morning before you leave the house, stand for 5 minutes in front of the mirror. Not to fix your hair or check your outfit, to practice your presence. Stand tall, feet shoulder-width apart, spine straight but relaxed. Breathe deeply. Through your nose, hold for 3 seconds, release through your mouth. Do this 3 times. Now look into your own eyes. Don't look away. Maintain eye contact with yourself. Smile subtly, not a forced smile, but that smile of someone who knows a secret no one else does. Practice different postures. How do you sit when you're confident? How do you gesticulate when you're passionate about a topic? How does your voice sound when you're calm and in control? Record yourself speaking about different topics. Listen back and notice the nuances. When does your voice tremble? When does it gain strength and depth? These details make all the difference. On the 14th day of practice, something incredible will happen. You'll walk into a meeting, a party, a date, and you'll feel the shift. People will gravitate towards you. They'll pay more attention when you speak. They'll laugh more at your jokes, not because you changed what you say, but because you changed how you exist in space. You calibrated your frequency to transmit confidence, calm, and magnetism. But here's the secret that separates ordinary men from extraordinary men: strategic vulnerability. I'm not talking about crying in public or sharing all your traumas on the first date. I'm talking about the courage to show that you're also human, that you also have doubts, that you also fail sometimes. When you share a story of failure followed by triumph, when you admit you don't know something but are willing to learn, when you laugh at yourself without diminishing yourself, you create a connection that transcends the superficial. Impactful storytelling is key here. It's not about telling perfect stories where you're always the hero. It's about sharing real, raw moments where you were tested and grew, where you fell and got back up, where you learned lessons that changed your perspective. These stories create emotional bridges that connect your journey with the journey of others, creating a sense that we're all in this adventure called life together. Now, we come to the 4th and most crucial pillar, the mastery of resilience and continuous growth. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Even mastering the first 3 pillars, you're going to get rejected. You'll have conversations that don't flow. You'll have days when your energy is low and your presence doesn't impress anyone. And you know what? That's perfect. Because it's exactly in those moments that boys are separated from men. The difference between the mediocre man and the extraordinary man isn't that one fails and the other doesn't. It's that one sees failure as the end and the other sees it as the beginning. Every rejection is a gift in disguise. It's the universe telling you that you need to tweak something, refine your approach, evolve your strategy. The mature man embraces these moments with gratitude because he knows that every no brings him closer to the next transformative yes. I'll share a personal story. A few years ago, I was at a networking event. I had practiced my presence. I was confident, thinking I was going to crush it. I approached a group of executives, and in less than 2 minutes, they politely dispersed. It was a punch to the gut, but instead of leaving defeated, I stayed and observed. I realized I had been too intense, too pushy. I had confused confidence with arrogance. I adjusted my approach, softened my energy, and in the next interaction, the conversation flowed for 40 minutes and resulted in a partnership that changed my professional life. The secret lies in developing what I call a laboratory mindset. Every social interaction is an experiment. You have a hypothesis, you test it, observe the results, adjust the variables, and test again. No ego, no drama, just scientific curiosity about what works and what doesn't. This approach takes the pressure off being perfect and puts the focus on getting better every day. Let me tell you about the concept of dynamic personal space. Most men either invade others' space, causing discomfort, or stay too far away, appearing distant and disinterested. The magnetic man masters the art of reading invisible cues and adjusting his physical and emotional proximity in real time. He moves closer when he senses openness, backs off when he perceives resistance, always maintaining a subtle dance of connection and respect. Practice this in all your interactions. Notice how people respond when you lean in slightly during a conversation. Note how prolonged eye contact can create intimacy or discomfort depending on the context. Observe how a light touch on the shoulder can emphasize a point or break a barrier, but only when the timing is perfect. These micro-adjustments make a massive difference in the quality of your connections. If you've made it this far, you're different. You're one of the few men who truly want to evolve, who aren't content with mediocrity. Share this video now with that friend who needs to hear this message. Do it for him, because real men lift other men up. The architecture of attraction is an interconnected system. Your internal authenticity fuels your capacity for genuine connection. That connection strengthens your magnetic presence, and your presence attracts the experiences that develop your resilience. It's a virtuous cycle that, once started, gains its own momentum. But here's the warning. Failing in any of these pillars compromises the entire system. That's why daily practice is non-negotiable. You need to understand one fundamental thing. Everything I'm teaching you isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about removing the layers of social conditioning, fear, and insecurity that are covering up the powerful man who already exists within you. It's a process of excavation, not construction. You're not adding something new. You're revealing something that has always been there. The mature man understands that attraction isn't about tricks or techniques. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and then sharing that version with the world without fear or reservation. It's about having the courage to be seen, truly seen, with all your strengths and weaknesses. It's about creating a space where others feel safe to do the same. That is true magnetism. In the next 30 days, your life can change completely, but only if you act. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, grab your phone and download that journaling app. Commit to the exercises, practice your presence, approach strangers, fail gloriously and learn voraciously. Because on the other side of this temporary discomfort is the man you always knew you could be. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step, but that step needs to be taken. Knowledge without action is just intellectual entertainment. And you didn't watch this far to be entertained. You watched because something inside you knows it's time to change. That restlessness you feel, that sense that there's more for you than the life you're living, that's your soul crying out for evolution. The clock is ticking. Every day that passes without you implementing these strategies is another day living below your potential, another day watching other men live the life you desire, another day wondering what's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You just haven't activated your true power yet. I want you to do something now. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize. See yourself 30 days from now. You've just completed this process. How do you feel? How do you walk? How do people react to your presence? Feel the confidence coursing through your veins. Feel the magnetism emanating from every pore. This isn't fantasy. This is your future reality if you commit now. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Not because I need the numbers, but because you need the next level of this journey. What I shared today is just the tip of the iceberg. There are advanced techniques, real-world case studies, deep dives waiting for you, but only for those committed enough to show up consistently. Comment now which of the 4 pillars you're going to focus on first. I want to see that public commitment, Because when you declare your intention to the world, something changes within you. You go from someone who is considering changing to someone who is changing. And that identity shift is the catalyst for all genuine transformation. The mature man you are destined to be is waiting. He's on the other side of fear, on the other side of your comfort zone, on the other side of consistent action. He's not a stranger. He is you, fully realized. Don't leave him waiting any longer. The time is now, the choice is yours, but remember, not choosing is also a choice, and that choice has consequences. Act now. Your future self is counting on it. And the world needs the powerful man you are about to become. This is your hour, this is your moment. Grab it with both hands and don't let go until the transformation is complete. You got this, I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Let's go.